Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is the 1st of June, 2022. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. We do the disclaimer, use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law just yet. Apply the but-for standard. But for my need to document stalking, I wouldn't do the podcast. Also, there's a whole shit ton of fraud upon a court with malicious intent. So, and this is piling up, Mr. Perry. But for that, we wouldn't do these. I express my intent, no one else does. Absolutely. No other person on the planet gets to express my intent. I express it. You don't get to do that. No one speaks for me but me. And it really pisses me off that you guys have tried to do that. I don't like it. This is also apply the reasonable, prudent individual standard, and I assert all constitutional rights. I shouldn't have to. I just have them. But since it's you, I gotta specifically say that. Also, this is a legal demand, a cease and desist demand, and a legal attempt to collect a legitimate debt. So, the first thing I'm going to go over is, hang on a second, is this. Okay, so you have a case here. Hold on. You have this case here, in which a woman gets a divorce, gets a restraining order against a whack job ex-husband. The ex-husband comes, takes her children, murders them. She's calling the cops. They're putting her off and didn't do shit. They end up dead. She sues. The Supreme Court holds why they put her through the trouble after what they did to her of making her go before the Supreme Court. I'll tell you, this police department is hated. So morally, they caught shit for this, but legally, sometimes we have two different scopes here. You've got the scope of legal reach, in which the law prohibits an activity, or moral, in which people just don't like what you just did. So you're going to catch some negative feedback from that, and they're going to shun you, basically, and letting you know that was not okay, what you did, police department. So, locally, you'll have people vote different. They'll vote for a different mayor who will put a different chief of police in the position of police chief, and start changing leadership when you do something like this shit right here. Legal or not, we don't care. Here's what we care about. We are not okay with what you did. We're not okay with it. It might be supported by the law. It's not supported by what I believe morally. So I'm going to vote for a mayor who's going to replace the chief of police that let this happen. 3 dead children murdered because a restraining order was not enforced by the local law enforcement. They can do that. But that doesn't mean because they can do it legally that they can do it morally. There's a lot of ways to make those kind of corrections. Like I said, you start voting for a different mayor. You start voting for someone, city council, who will publicly, what's the word? They're going to publicly shun what you did. They're going to get up and say, I'm not okay with that. We are absolutely not going to let this kind of shit happen here. I'm going to appoint a different chief of police. We're getting the one that let this happen. He's gone. Or she's gone. That's it. We're not putting up with this. Not here. We have higher morals and higher standards. If you're pro-life, this is disturbing to you. You're pro-life or you're not. You're pro-life not just before birth, but after. You don't want to see people die at all. So, Mr. Perry, when you get up and state that you are pro-life, please make sure that the public understands you killed the chief of police in Manford. Don't lie. Stop lying. People don't believe a word you say anyway. Don't stand up and pretend to be something you're not. Don't stand up and tell people you're a Christian when you go home from church and you sit there and watch child porn. Get the hell off your, fraud. Get out of the fraud. You are in deep. And I know, but that you're stupid and you believe everyone else is stupid too, and they're not. So, this ruling was bizarre. I don't think anybody really understands why the Supreme Court ruled that way, except that It might mean they have to respond to every little call, some of which are frivolous, or like I'm gonna back end you, and then I want you to call the cops, and if you don't, I'm gonna accuse you of having something to hide from the cops, like Perry just did with a fifth car accident in 3 years, after a threat directly to my vehicle. Had his guy hit me, jump out and say, "You did it, call the cops." And I'm like, "Oh, well, first of all, I'm looking at where the damage to your vehicle is, and it looks like you're bullshitting. You're a scammer, aren't you? And I don't call the cops over a little fender bender, bitch." So it might mean, when they did this ruling, that would extend to something like that. We don't waste patrol. Somebody's had me hit 5 times in 3 years. One time did I call 911 to help me change a tire. So then after I said that, they flattened my tire. So TPD, everybody wants you guys called. Everybody's watching everything I do. If you need something, come. You know where I am. Come find me. I won't talk to you without a lawyer. I'm lawyered up. Sorry. You fucked up 3 times now when I went to you for help. I'm not going again. There are police that have helped me for a long time from somewhere else. That's who I go to. I don't need you. You've not been there for me. They have. So I don't use local police. The only times I've filed a police report is if I need to get a protective order or for an accident. I was a witness in a murder trial of a cop that you killed. You had my car wrecked. At that point, again, I went to Tulsa police, who then told me, "We don't take evidence here." Wow, then you're not a real cop or something. You're inept. You fail. It's today. Hey, how you do things here. You're gonna take it, and I'm gonna send a copy of it to your attorney. And I'm not, whatever. Thank God I have some cops that know what they're doing. You clearly have no idea. So everybody knows, Mr. Perry, for the record, over and over and over again, I've said you want me pulled over. You took a tail light out, you flattened my tire, you caused a car accident because you want TPD to do what? What is it you want them to do? They are not allowed to talk to me without an attorney. I've lawyered up. If they want to hear what I have to say, here it is. I'm saying it right now. Here they are. This is what I'm saying. I'm volunteering up this information. No need for Miranda right here, right? I don't have my attorney present. I'm volunteering this information. I won't answer questions. Not going to happen. So they got on the wrong side of this, and I promise at some point they wish they hadn't done that. This was appalling that these cops failed this family, and 3 children died as a result. So what you can do, they argued this under the Civil Rights Act, and I think that might have. See, here's the thing: is you can take things that are denied or held by the Supreme Court and argue it different, as we've seen with the abortion thing that has gone before them over and over and over and over and over, and they'll rule against overturning Roe versus Wade. Now they're talking about ruling for it, the overturning of Roe versus Wade. So it's possible that you argue it certain ways and that doesn't work, so you argue it a different way. It's practice of law. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that hard. So what if we argue it with this against Tulsa police? If I end up dead, what if it's argued like this? Depraved indifference to human life. You showed the depravity of mind in your failure to protect life. Colorado, those guys in Colorado did, and 3 little children died. Don't say you're pro-life and then show depravity of mind when it comes to protecting life. Don't say it. You're full of crap. You're full of shit. You are not pro-life. If you kill a cop, and it was the one I went to for help, I'm gonna fuck you up. Write it down. No one's done what I've done. You guys have made a whole lot of phone calls trying to find out who's helping me and who has the actual recordings of you. 36,000 emails I have, representing 36,000 recordings they have. And you've made all kinds of phone calls trying to find them. I found out Mike was drugged before anybody else said it. McNamara email. There's a recording that goes with that email. The harassment emails. There's recording that go with those too. Witness statements. Things like that. And you're looking for it so you can destroy the evidence. You've told everybody who will listen, we've got to find those so we can destroy them. And we got to make her look crazy. And so that's recorded too. We know. When you kill a cop, especially the one that was trying to help me, I come from 4 generations of police, I'm going to fuck you up. No one's done that like I have. And I don't mean illegally. I mean, I do things the legal way as much as I possibly can. If there's something that you're doing to impede my compliance with the law, you're causing the problem, not me. You're the causation. You are intentionally preventing me from complying with the law if you do something to prevent it. That might mean insurance. So I had like a week with no car insurance. You're causing me not to comply with the law. I'm not complying with the law because I've got some sort of malicious criminal intent and I just don't want to pay my insurance. It had nothing to do with it, and you know that. I think some officer said that, didn't he? When y'all called and wanted me to pull her over, she didn't have insurance. How do you know? Well, we hacked her. We saw an email. Well, but you're the cause because you're getting in her phone. You're making it where she can't make any money. You're the causation. Her failure to comply with the law has nothing to do with her. You did that, and you did it intentionally, and you did it maliciously, and you did it to try to cause her a problem. We duly noted for the record. We all know. We're not stupid. We're cops. So some of them aren't helping you, really, are they? You got some guys at TPD that are on your payroll. They're all in, and you got some that aren't. Pretty much at every police department, that's the case, sir. You need to get a grip on reality. So some people have higher aspirations. I'm going to be the one that caught that bitch. He's a bad, bad guy. He's done some very hurtful things to a whole lot of people. The kind of deeply hurtful, painful things they'll never get over. And we're going to tell your victims you're safe now, and I'm going to be on that team. I am not going to be the bitch of a sex weirdo. I'm not going to lower myself to that level. Some guys are like that. That's like I am. The 40 guys that have the actual recordings, that's how they are. Nobody owes you a fucking thing, weirdo. So what happens if we take this, even on Lucky and Mike? What happens if we take this and we argue it like this? These officers at TPD, who 3 times had an opportunity to protect life, showed depravity of mind and completely failed to do a fucking thing. And as a result, there has been the loss or injury of a person, a fellow officer, a cop, and the loss of freedom and a fraud in court again to another. What happens if you argue it that way? What will they do then? We have a whole different group of people in the Supreme Court, for one. And number 2, it's sometimes you get a different result when you argue it a different way. So that would also eliminate the requirement of bond police to go to something like a fender bender. Because we're not talking about that kind of thing. We're talking about when someone's life is in danger and you just fucking don't give a shit. And how many people die while you fucking don't give a shit. Our guys have a whole lot bigger of a case. They're doing more than anybody's done. This happened in your jurisdiction. You had the opportunity to protect life and you failed. And you're failing again right now. You got a perjury case. You got a fraud case. What'd you do about it? Not a fucking thing. How embarrassing for you. At some point, you got to look your kids in the face and say, here's what I did with my life. Aren't you proud of me? I was the bitch of a sex weirdo. That's the best I could do. Sorry. Sorry your legacy's not stronger and better and something you can be proud of. I know I can look my kids in the face and say, I know you've heard some shit. I know they call you guys all the time. I know you called Tristan and you asked him if I was talking to his dad. I know you did. See, here's the thing. You can get a wiretap on a phone. You can get a wiretap on a person. And then they can buy a burner phone and you can still get their phone calls. You can have leaks. Y'all are all worried. Is it your family? Is it your friends leaking? Why are you calling my friends and family, dipshit? I told you to stay away from them, didn't I? I told you do not call my friends and family. If I hear one more time, just be careful what you say to her. I promise you'll wish you weren't born. And again, I won't do anything illegal to you. I'll make sure, by legal means, you wish you weren't born. I can, I have, I will. You're seeing things happen when you do this shit to me that you've not seen ever before. And you act like you don't know that. I'm embarrassed for you. I'm very embarrassed for you. So, TPD, I mean, can we do this? Can we go in and for Mike and Lucky argue that you just showed depravity of mind and you let a bad guy, you didn't get him on the stalking, and now it's resulted in the loss of life. This happened in your jurisdiction. Can we? Would we get a different result than they got on that other one? Arguing it as a civil rights violation? And then it would limit it to life and not every little thing you get a call on. Fender benders and shit. See, police don't need to go to a fender bender, Charles. You can walk it in. You can file the accident report online. I've never called them. You know why? I was raised by police. I heard the complaints all my life. They don't need to call us over that shit. It's taking patrol's time away from more important things, more crucial things, more severe crimes where somebody's bleeding. If you're not bleeding, you don't call the cops. You go down, like I did, Mingo Valley, walked in and filed an accident report on the hit and run you caused. See, you guys are recorded all the time, so you can get up and deny. We didn't do that. That can't be linked to us. Watch this. I think you know it can. I think you know it can. 36,000 emails representing 36,000 recordings. Okay, so for the record, TPD, know that there's more than one way to argue something before the Supreme Court that might result in the overturning of prior rulings or modification. And there's people out there that would love to try that. Let's try some new. Let's explore some new legal ground and see what happens. We got a whole new makeup on the Supreme Court. Keep all that in mind. You probably ought to make sure that Jerry Bender hears this. Jerry Bender, I'm not a stupid stripper, as they've told you. I'm actually very intelligent. And not only that, there's a prosecutor from somewhere else that will confirm whether or not I'm right or make some comment. He doesn't give me legal advice. He'll tell me what he needs for his case. So he's careful on what he says on that. I have to research myself. I have a brain, though. I can think. I can read. I can read case law. I can read articles. I can read scholarly journals and such. I'm on the dean's list of school. I had a 3.9 GPA until Charles jammed up my computer. I couldn't turn assignments in. It's not that I did the assignment and I made a bad grade. I couldn't get them done at all. So in one class, in 3 years, I got a D. Again, we've got Mr. Perry intended that. We can't have her looking smart. We're trying to sell the lie that she's a stupid stripper, a little bit crazy. So if her grades are 3.9, she's in criminal justice college, that's a problem for us. Let's all have a little meeting and sit down and figure out how we can make her fail. So, that's a problem for you, not me. Your jury's going to have to hear all this, and they can decide when you're in jail. So you don't think about that. You want to know where the tapes are. You're telling everybody who will listen that you want them destroyed, and that you'll pay a little something for them. I got the information. We know about it. Somebody told us. One of the people you called. One of the people you asked about it. So we knew you were making those kind of phone calls. You're not hiding a fucking thing, bitch. When you fuck with me, life as you knew it ended. And you still have yet to properly assess your situation and adjust to your new normal. And it's a weakness we enjoy exploiting. Our guys are like, we've not had one this stupid or this weird in a while. So easy, it's not even fair. Do not call my friends and family one more time and tell them, be careful what you say to her. Just act natural. Poker face. If you do, I assure you, write it down, Perry, Muffin Man, Rumpelstiltskin. I promise you, by legal means, I will make you wish you were dead. That is not a threat. That is a promise. I told you to leave me the fuck alone. I told you do not contact my friends and family at all. I moved twice to get away from you and not have a fight. For 4 years, only people close to me, 4 or 5 of them total, Most did not live in Texas. Knew that you were whack job. Only a few. I kept my mouth shut for 4 years. I didn't go to the media with it. I went to your guy and said, make him stop. I don't want to be a scandal. You threatened to ruin my business, and then you did. So how much money would I have made had you not done that? Yeah. So what's happening, and where would my credit be had you not done that? Where would my nest egg be had you not done that? Right now, today. Excluding anything I'm doing for these other guys that I'll be paid after you're gone. And you can't look at my bank account anymore and see who's paying me. Yeah, okay, so what you're going to need to do is comply with the law. You don't have a choice. TPD, exercise caution in the manner of which you interact with me. Follow the law. That's all we ask. We're not asking for favors. We're not asking you to overlook anything like Mr. Perry's doing. We're not him. We don't lower ourselves to that. We're asking you to consider the fact, Mr. Bender, that someone, somewhere, could argue a different way before the Supreme Court and use TPD to do it. And there you go. It's right here. Don't stand up and say you're pro-life if you're really not pro-life. Pro-life means protecting all life. Chief Miller and Mike Neely would be home right now had you done the right thing the first time I filed a police report. Instead of giving it right over to the offender, who then obstructed justice and destroyed my blood and hair evidence and video evidence and intimidated a victim, or tried to, smeared me all over the news, has yet to correct that, but wants to complain about use allegedly. Had you not done that wrong, then maybe they'd still be home. They'd be at home right now, and their lives wouldn't have blown up. 3 children in the Miller family, and one young man in the Neely family. Their lives blew up because you failed. Morally, we're not okay with that. Legally, it can hit you with this. It might not be bad. I mean, it might be illegal for you to just ignore police reports that come in there. It might be fine, but is it really fine? Is it? I mean, you got to really look at it. It's not fine, sir. And then I come in and I say, well, now I need a protective order. You got to file a police report. So I'll file it on obstruction of justice, perjury, destruction of my evidence, on and on and on. And again, you did nothing. And again, had you done something, Chief Miller would be home with his family right now, as would Mike Neely. So what is this but for depravity of mind that would allow you to do that? And then when I file a police report for an accident that I believe could be stalking related and could be related to my testimony for Officer Neely, I did know, Mr. Bender, Mike Neely was drugged months before that was confirmed in depositions, and months before it was on the docket for me to see it. I have help from somewhere else, thank God. Thank God. Your officers are showing depravity of mind. We don't take evidence here. That's not how we do things here. Today it is. Fucking day it is. What in the world kind of cop are you? I grew up in 4 generations. I grew up in a police department. I cut my teeth on my granddad's badge. What do you think we talked about all the fucking time? Yep, not this. Here's how we show depravity of mind when it comes to protecting someone's life. So, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know how you guys live with yourselves. I can't. I just walked away from my house. I'm homeless. Proud of it. It is my great honor to be homeless. But I'm not gonna fucking kiss the ass of a bitch who's a sex weirdo, and you are. You're proud of that? I can tell my kids. I gave up money things, monetary, something, to not lower myself to skink. And to protect Granddad's legacy, he also wouldn't lower himself to skank. He went through some adversity. Guess whose name is on the front door of that police department now? His, not the other guys. It took years. It took a long time. But right now, long after his death, he's honored and nobody knows who the other guy was. Jerry Bender, where are you at on that? consider both legal requirements and moral, because both apply. I'm sorry, I know people think they don't. They do. In a civilized society, we don't act like this and show depravity. And you get a cop killed. And now cops all over the place are going, why the fuck would they do that? I won't trust them. They bring me a case, I won't talk to them. I will put them on hold and go to lunch. That's likely what they're going to see happen. And please put in with this man that said that, all kinds of cuss words. Lots and lots of cuss words. Mr. Perry got called the C word about 100 times. So, you have people hate your guts for what you're doing to me and the Neelys and the Millers. They hate you. They hate your guts. We have no problem getting information. None. Because of the horror and the terror you have imposed on me and the Millers and the Neelys and my friends and family. You are being stopped. You are stupid and can't understand what's happening. You need a nurse in a nursing home or a special needs facility. You embarrass the fuck out of me. I don't like you. I don't. I've done everything on the planet I can do to get away from you and avoid a conflict and avoid being a scandal. You had 4 years to control your problem, and you failed. You don't mean a fucking thing to me. I don't care what you think. You keep trying to tell me what you think and what you feel and what you need and blah. And I'm like, did I ask you? You weren't asked. What I need is my privacy back. What I need is for you to fuck off and never contact me or anybody I know again. And by the way, that's the law. I need you to comply with the law. I need you to understand what boundaries are and respect them and fuck off. I need you to not betray your own family. Tulsa police, I need you to not show depravity of mind and to protect human life and get the crimes that are in your jurisdiction. Well, these guys work on the whole bigger group that's international. Can you do that? Do you think you can do that? Or do you really just need to pull me over and do something to me? Which one is it going to be? You going to harass the victim? You going to get more people killed? Or you going to protect human life? You tell me. What is it you want to do, Mr. Bender? What story do you want to tell your kids? You get to decide. Everybody has a free will. Everybody has a free choice. The best you can do, the sex of a, the bitch of a sex weirdo, I don't know what to say. I have bigger aspirations. I want to be the one that caught the really, really bad guy. I've heard that said. Does she know what she's up against? She does. She doesn't care. In that way, she's nuts. She's crazy. She's batshit crazy. Because she will go right at you. She doesn't care who you are. And most people are too scared to. So I'm not crazy like you. And that I imagine things that aren't real. I sit and watch TV and think that's my real life. I mean, you got some kook problems. I hear you have Huntington's disease, and that causes paranoia and delusion. You're seeing things I do that I do not want you to see. And taking it wrong. But there's no intent for you to see it, so it's not for you. You're imagining something. You're like these guys that watch Kim Kardashian and think that's their girlfriend. You're nothing to me. You're watching a TV show. You don't have a real love life. You're watching TV. You owe me money for that, so here's where the debt comes in. You owe a legitimate debt, sir. It is not free. You're a freeloader. You're getting entertained. You sit around on your fat, lazy ass perverting around getting entertained. $1,000 a day for watching me in the privacy of my home and hacking my phone and my computer. Plus, $2,000 a day for every day you've done it without my consent, which was every day you've done it. You never had my consent. And you were recorded going around telling people, we're businessmen. She thinks we're just a bunch of sex perverts. No. Fuck no. I had a business. Here's what you do if you're a businessman. You anticipate civil and criminal liabilities. And you get a contract signed. And you make sure everybody's happy with the terms of the contract. Or it will bite you in the ass later. And if you can't be smart enough to sit down and anticipate stuff like that, don't call yourself a businessman. You're just a sex pervert. And you didn't think things through because you're thinking with the wrong head. A lot of men do that. Look at Roger Ailes. Look at Roger Ailes. Look at Harvey Weinstein. Look at Anthony Weiner. Look at Al Franken. Look at Bill Clinton. Now, what makes you special that you can escape prosecution? I think you thought you could and you thought wrong. You're a little podunk, something from one of the smallest districts in one state. President Clinton can't get away with that kind of shit. What makes you think you can? What planet are you on, Mr. Perry? Looking for the recordings. So you didn't get anybody go, oh, we have them. Here's how much money we want for that. Nope. What happened is instead my guys call me and tell me they're looking for the recordings. We got a call about it. They want to destroy them and make you look crazy. So there's that. We got your code words. You pissed everybody off when you got me kicked out of my house, Mr. Perry. You piss everybody off every time you tell one of my friends or family members. Just be careful what you say to her. Do that one more time, I dare you. Do it one more time. Call my friends and family and tell them be careful what they say to me. Just act normal, poker face. Say it one more time, I dare you. Tell them what they can text me. Do it one more time, I dare you. I promise you, by legal means, I will make you wish you were not born. And that's a threat. That's a threat. It will be done by legal means, though. Sometimes jail, when you actually... I'm sorry, that's not a threat. This is Cynthia. I forgot a couple things, so I'm having to re-record. That's not a threat, it's a promise. Look at the past, look at the history. When you fuck with me, you get caught. It's cause and effect. Who am I that happens? It's different with me, isn't it? I promise you, when you fuck with me, you're going to get caught and you're going to wish you weren't born. I won't do anything illegal, but I promise through legal means, Mr. Perry, I will make you wish you weren't born. Nobody has fought your crime like I have. I don't show depravity of mind. I have 40 cops helping me. I'm not a cop, but I'm something. So, leave everybody the fuck alone. Listen to the words I'm saying. No one cares what you think or what you feel or what you want or what you need. You're violating my right to privacy. Get the fuck out of my life. Get the fuck out of my life. You need to comply with the law. When you don't, you get caught. You're going to jail. We need peace. We need the law to be enforced. It is by someone not from Tulsa. Did you buy all of Tulsa police? Did you? How much did you pay them? How much of it did you take back because you didn't get your cover up? How many people are leaking? And how much do we have from a wiretap order? See, you don't know that, but you know enough to call and ask who has the actual recordings. No one cares what you think or what you need or what you feel. We all need you to comply with the law and fuck off. Get out of my life. Get out of it. You're not wanted. You are not loved. You are told on because everybody hates you. Do you understand me? Everybody hates you. I promise to make you wish you weren't born if you fuck with my family and friends again. By legal means. Do you understand me? Write it down. I'm not going to say it twice. I've already said it out 50 times. I'm not going to say it again. No one cares what you think. No one cares. Nobody cares what you think. We're sick of hearing it. Shut up and get out. It is the law. It's the law. Be bad. I mean, it might be illegal for you to just ignore police reports that come in there. It might be fine, but is it really fine? Is it? I mean, you got to really look at it. It's not fine, sir. And then I come in and I say, well, now I need a protective order. You got to file a police report. So I'll file it on obstruction of justice, perjury, destruction of my evidence, on and on and on. And again, you did nothing. And again, had you done something, Chief Miller would be home with his family right now, as would Mike Neely. So what is this but for depravity of mind that would allow you to do that? And then when I file a police report for an accident that I believe could be stalking related and could be related to my testimony for Officer Neely, I did know, Mr. Bender, Mike Neely was drugged months before that was confirmed in depositions, and months before it was on the docket for me to see it. I have help from somewhere else, thank God. Thank God. Your officers are showing depravity of mind. We don't take evidence here. That's not how we do things here. Today it is. To fucking day it is. What in the world kind of cop are you? I grew up in 4 generations. I grew up in a police department. I cut my teeth on my granddad's badge. What do you think we talked about all the fucking time? Yep, not this. Here's how we show depravity of mind when it comes to protecting someone's life. So, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know how you guys live with yourselves. I can't. I just walked away from my house. I'm homeless. Proud of it. It is my great honor to be homeless. But I'm not gonna fucking kiss the ass of a bitch who's a sex weirdo, and you are. You're proud of that? I can tell my kids. I gave up money things, monetary, something, to not lower myself to skink. And to protect Granddad's legacy, he also wouldn't lower himself to skank. He went through some adversity. Guess whose name is on the front door of that police department now? His, not the other guy's. It took years. It took a long time. But right now, long after his death, he's honored and nobody knows who the other guy was. Jerry Bender, where are you at on that? Consider both legal requirements and moral, because both apply. I'm sorry, I know people think they don't. They do. In a civilized society, we don't act like this and show depravity. And you get a cop killed. And now cops all over the place are going, why the fuck would they do that? I won't trust them. They bring me a case, I won't talk to them. I will put them on hold and go to lunch. That's likely what they're going to see happen. And please put in this man that said that, all kinds of cuss words. Lots and lots of cuss words. Mr. Perry got called the C word about 100 times. So, you have people hate your guts for what you're doing to me and the Neelys and the Millers. They hate you. They hate your guts. We have no problem getting information. None. Because of the horror and the terror you have imposed on me and the Millers and the Neelys and my friends and family. You are being stopped. You are stupid and can't understand what's happening. You need a nurse and a nursing home or a special needs facility. You embarrass the fuck out of me. I don't like you. I don't. I've done everything on the planet I can do to get away from you and avoid a conflict and avoid being a scandal. You had 4 years to control your problem, and you failed. You don't mean a fucking thing to me. I don't care what you think. You keep trying to tell me what you think and what you feel and what you need and blah. And I'm like, did I ask you? You weren't asked. What I need is my privacy back. What I need is for you to fuck off and never contact me or anybody I know again. And by the way, that's the law. I need you to comply with the law. I need you to understand what boundaries are and respect them and fuck off. I need you to not betray your own family. Tulsa police, I need you to not show depravity of mind and to protect human life and get the crimes that are in your jurisdiction. Well, these guys work on the whole bigger group that's international. Can you do that? Do you think you can do that? Or do you really just need to pull me over and do something to me? Which one is it gonna be? You gonna harass the victim? You gonna get more people killed? Or you gonna protect human life? You tell me. What is it you want to do, Mr. Bender? What story do you want to tell your kids? You get to decide. Everybody has a free will. Everybody has a free choice. The best you can do, the sex of a, the bitch of a sex weirdo, I don't know what to say. I have bigger aspirations. I want to be the one that caught the really, really bad guy. I've heard that said. Does she know what she's up against? She does. She doesn't care. In that way, she's nuts. She's crazy. She's batshit crazy. Because she will go right at you. She doesn't care who you are. And most people are too scared to. So I'm not crazy like you, and that I imagine things that aren't real. I sit and watch TV and think that's my real life. I mean, you got some kook problems. I hear you have Huntington's disease, and that causes paranoia and delusion. You're seeing things I do that I do not want you to see, and taking it wrong. But there's no intent for you to see it, so it's not for you. You're imagining something. You're like these guys that watch Kim Kardashian and think that's their girlfriend. You're nothing to me. You're watching a TV show. You don't have a real love life. You're watching TV. You owe me money for that. So here's where the debt comes in. You owe a legitimate debt, sir. It is not free. You're a freeloader. You're getting entertained. You sit around on your fat, lazy ass perverting around getting entertained. $1,000 a day for watching me in the privacy of my home and hacking my phone and my computer. Plus $2,000 a day for every day you've done it without my consent, which was every day you've done it. You never had my consent. And you were recorded going around telling people, we're businessmen. She thinks we were just a bunch of sex perverts. No. Fuck no. I had a business. Here's what you do if you're a businessman. You anticipate civil and criminal liabilities. And you get a contract signed. And you make sure everybody's happy with the terms of the contract. Or it will bite you in the ass later. And if you can't be smart enough to sit down and anticipate stuff like that, don't call yourself a businessman. You're just a sex pervert. And you didn't think things through because you're thinking with the wrong head. A lot of men do that. Look at Roger Ailes. Look at Roger Ailes. Look at Harvey Weinstein. Look at Anthony Weiner. Look at Al Franken. Look at Bill Clinton. Now, what makes you special that you can escape prosecution? I think you thought you could and you thought wrong. You're a little podunk, something from one of the smallest districts in one state. President Clinton can't get away with that kind of shit. What makes you think you can? What planet are you on, Mr. Perry? Looking for the recordings. So you didn't get anybody go, oh, we have them. Here's how much money we want for that. Nope. What happened is instead my guys call me and tell me they're looking for the recordings. We got a call about it. They want to destroy them and make you look crazy. So there's that. We got your code words. You pissed everybody off when you got me kicked out of my house, Mr. Perry. You piss everybody off every time you tell one of my friends or family members. Just be careful what you say to her. Do that one more time, I dare you. Do it one more time. Call my friends and family and tell them be careful what they say to me. Just act normal, poker face. Say it one more time, I dare you. Tell them what they can text me. Do it one more time, I dare you. I promise you, by legal means, I will make you wish you were not born. And that's a threat. That's a threat. It will be done by legal means, though. Sometimes jail when you actually do commit a crime. So, there's that TPD. I'm not threatening to sue you. I don't have legal standing to sue you for the death of a non-family member that I know of. And right now, I'm just saying, this isn't a threat to sue you. What this is consider that it could happen. Whether it's me, or the Miller family, or the Neely family, or some other family. Because you're sitting on your asses being the bitch of a sex weirdo, and that's the best you can do. You want to pull me over? Really? You gonna use my Dasher app to pull me over? Is that what you're being ordered to do by the sex weirdo? And everybody's chomping at the bit trying to get me to leave my, she hunkers down. She won't go anywhere if she knows y'all are going to do something to her. Is it a wreck you're going to cause, Charles, this time? Or are you going to cause another wreck, we heard? I mean, there's recordings of you people talking. If there's a wiretap order on Mr. Perry's phone, and somebody at TPD is talking to Mr. Perry on his phone, all of you, we hear all of you. What are you thinking? What in the fuck are you thinking? Some are on his side. It's Team Perry, and then there's Team Cynthia. They place money bets on this shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything against TPD. I didn't come up here to pick a fight. I came here to get away from one. Didn't I? Who the hell... for 6 years I didn't ask questions about who gave my police report over to the offender. Did I? Didn't make a big thing of it. Did I? We had some respect for cop family. We're going to step back here, and we're going to let them do the right thing on their own. And it just didn't happen. It got worse. You got people disappointed. You got cops from other places. I'm not working with him. They call me on something that's cross-jurisdictional. I don't trust them that they're bringing me something legit. Because if you'll put your cop family under the bus, you'll do it to anybody. And look what they've done to Cynthia and Mike. I'm sorry, but I can't live with that. I'm not okay with that. I don't trust them. You create your reputation by what you do. And unfortunately, there's trust issues with police, and you're making it worse, not better. It's the bad ones that ruin it for the good ones. You don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to show a depravity of mind. Did you want to pull me over, Tulsa police? Are they ordering you to do that? For what? For what? What would be the reason that you would do that? You can't know where I am unless you're peeping and hacking. You can't know. You only could know where I am if you're a peeping Tom and you see me getting ready to leave and you see what I'm going to do based on what I walk out the door with, and if you're hacking my phone. There is no other way. But we've heard that conversation over and over, Mr. Perry. You've been caught. There was that one guy right after Mike was found guilty. They want me to pull her over. When she blows by here, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm not doing that to her. I'm not going to be the one that does that to her. She's that chick that helped that cop and lost her butt. And I'm not putting her through that. But how would he know when I'm going to blow by there, Mr. Perry? See, what the fuck is wrong with you? You think nobody will suspect the thing. You think wrong, Looney Tune. Okay, and here's the last thing. I don't have a lot of time to keep doing these, Mr. Perry. And a lot of times when I do these, I'm repeating myself over and over and over. This is the McNamara email. See this up here? See that? See if you can see the picture. Everybody has seen it. What it says is, he's going to arrange a false arrest to coerce me. And you have not stopped. You do it every day. You I'm going to be a stalker. And then you wanted me to yell. You need a tormentor, like jam up our computers and shit, and get her screaming, and get the neighbors to make a noise complaint so TPD goes over there. Yeah, okay, duly noted for the record. And then there's the, okay, here's the thing. As you expressed intent while I was in jail for the first false arrest, you have to file, okay, the first false arrest was filing a false police report in retaliation for a public servant doing his job. All my communications, as we've said, and been over and over and over and over, were about stalking. Not one thing about political anything. Because there's no political vendetta. Mr. Perry imagined one. Or he's not able to properly identify his legislative duties or what state he legislates in. I moved to get away from him. I haven't voted or registered to vote since 2012 to get away from you. I had a whole life in lobbying, Mr. Perry, and in politics. My granddad was an elected official where I grew up. Police chief, an elected official, city councilman, county treasurer, Republican county chairman for Travis County. So, go fuck yourself, you and your Looney Tune bullshit. So while I'm in Oklahoma, you must file a police report to get a protective order. They were threatening to kill me. They were trying to kill me. I'm getting sick after I'm getting, arsenic poisoning. I asked David in a text, did you give me arsenic? He did reply, yes, in a text. This is already out everywhere. And he said, let your life fade away. Just let us kill you. Perry, when you type in my phone, go B, my guys see that. They laugh at you. You know how many times I've said go B to a woman? Never, because it's weirdo. And not what you do to pass a law in Texas. You don't pull up behind a woman's home and watch her in her backyard who's not your wife. You don't go to a restaurant looking for a woman who's not your wife to spy on her or send your secretary or even my wife, he said. Those are not things you do to pass law in Texas. You don't know what your duties are, do you? Okay. So, or did you just lie? Did you just commit perjury? So that was the charges I was hit with, and there was two things that happened. I filed a police report, which you have to do to get a protective order. If you're getting threatened with death and false arrest, you need a protective order. You got an admission of arsenic poisoning, and let your life fade away. I can't promise this will end without death and destruction. Text it to me. Text it to me. If I wasn't poisoned, Mr. Perry would have made sure I had a blood test so he could prove that. He made sure there was no blood test because he knew he was poisoning me. He obstructed justice, prevented by physical force me from getting tested by Tulsa police. That's where I filed the report. That's what they were doing in Tulsa. Tulsa hands the report right over to the offender. He then obstructed justice by committing a fraud upon a court. First of all, you didn't tell the court that you have to file a police report by law to get a stalking protective order. You didn't identify any political issues that we were fighting over, ever. You didn't present texts or emails or anything that would show there was an argument. I didn't live in Texas. Didn't care what Texas legislature did I? What state do you live in? What state do you legislate in? Is it Oklahoma or Texas? Do you know? Get a nurse. You need a nurse, badly. So, you have to have probable cause to make an arrest. So he didn't establish that. Where's the political proof? What do I care what you think? What do I care what you think? You weren't my representative. John Frullo was. I wasn't working on Texas legislation. I didn't do that. I did it federal. All my life. I did very few state, and I did state in New Mexico, not Texas. I did State Board of Education resolutions. The one I worked on, I didn't actually work on it. My client did. I just did PR for my client. It passed. So that's a different elected body. It's not legislative. It's a school board, thing. So where's the political beef? You didn't establish that because there isn't one. You don't have any evidence of one because there's not one. I'm very vocal. You piss me off, you're going to know it. And there's nothing anywhere in 12 years. You can't change something legislatively if you won't talk about it. You can't change anything at all anywhere if you don't talk about it. I'm talking about this here. It's crime. I'm not talking about what pro-life, whatever. I'm pro-life, bitch, more than you are. I'm fighting for Mike Neely to go home. I'm fighting against get the right guy in jail so we don't have any more people die. I'm more pro-life than you. Shut up about being pro-life. You are not pro-life. You're a cop killer, allegedly. When you clear up my name, then I'll worry about yours. Okay? Second of all, you can't say that it's a false report if you didn't let it get investigated. Right? You didn't have probable cause. I sit in jail for 2 months, lost my house. Name is smeared everywhere. Went to treatment to a shrink for 1.5 years. Then they dismissed the charges. But while I'm there, Mr. Perry expressed malicious intent. I'm going to go harass her more. Ruin her life more. And when she complains about it, I'll say she's harassing me. I'm going to perpetrate a fraud upon the court. And which one said it? Kirkendall or Parker? I need you to leave her alone for a few weeks so I can rule out entrapment and provocation. Which one was it, Charles? How do I even know that? See, you did it in civil court, so you can't say you didn't have that plan. You did. You did it in civil court, not once but twice. Justice Scalia was a First Amendment guy. He didn't die in D.C., he died in West Texas while you were planning that. Justice Ginsburg is too, but what, she's older and you thought she was going to die before it hit the court? Whoa, I don't know. So, he expressed intent to perpetrate a fraud upon the highest court in the land. And I didn't document it after, sir. I documented it before. This is where she's saying, I need you to leave her alone so I can rule out entrapment and provocation. Because she's got these emails going way the fuck back that says you intend to provoke and entrap. Way the hell back here. Right here. Look at the date on that. You did it in September of this year. I sent this in April because you were recorded talking about it again. 2018. You did it in like September, October. Then, but see, I already had it. You have Alzheimer's because you knew you hacked me. You know I had these emails. You forgot I had them, didn't you? And I didn't file them with my objection. I filed them with a motion to vacate on fraud so that we can make a fraud case against you. That's when I put them in here on the docket. They're on the docket. Anyone can see them at any time. You think people believe you after you go into court and lie this much? That's twice just on mine. You did it in the criminal case, and then you did it again in a civil case, and then you did it again in trying to get a criminal case. Fail after fail after fail. When you break the law against me, You guys get told on. And so you took my house, so we found out you're looking for recordings, and we got your code words. Muffin Man, Rapunzel, Hansel and Gretel. Gonna use my DoorDash or Uber Eats app. I usually do DoorDash more because Uber Eats doesn't pay as much, and you know that. So you're gonna have your buddy call in, and when I'm delivering the food to your friend, then you got TPD's gonna pull me over. Is that right? Or are you gonna have somebody hit me? Which one is it gonna be today? You tell me. TPD knows exactly where I am. They can come talk to me anytime they want. I gotta have a lawyer though. So I'm saying it now. I've said it for a while. I have to have an attorney present. You know why? No one trusts TPD since they gave my police report right to the offender. And then the next time I went to them on a car accident, we don't take evidence here. Wow, okay, today it is. You do. Cops do that. They take evidence. You gotta have it. People can say whatever the hell they want to say. You gotta have evidence to support it. Some of that evidence might include TPD, destruction of evidence, acts showing consciousness of guilt. You don't call around and ask for those recordings telling people you want to destroy them if you're not worried about what's on them. That right there is an act showing consciousness of guilt, as was making sure I didn't get tested for arsenic poisoning. Because I promise you, Mr. Perry is a drama queen, princess. We call her Princess Prissy Pants. So there would have been a press conference and a blood test. And oh, woe is me, press conference, look at me. Everybody, I want the attention. I want attention. She claimed I poisoned her and I didn't. We had her tested. Look, there's nothing here. That's not what he did. What he did instead was made sure I wasn't tested. There was no proper collection of the evidence. Before TPD, you handed my police report right over to the offender. He impeded the investigation in another state. And he did it intentionally. That's a violation of Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513. And there's state laws that are the same. Coercion is a crime, Mr. Perry. It's a crime. Not a date, bitch. You don't have a real love life. You're sitting around watching TV all day. Do you have an alibi to prove you're doing anything but what I say? Do you have one? So here's this, TPD. Look at that. This is why they're after me all the time. Other than just, their sex exploitation business where they our witnesses put cameras in women's homes, broadcast us on the dark web, and sell watch time. It's sex trafficking. Yep. Okay, but see, you don't know as much as I know about it because I've been in this a long time. There's things that you need to be brought in the loop on, and you're not in the loop on it, and nor do you care to get in the loop on it. That's a problem, too. You guys like to not look at evidence. We don't do that here. We'd rather egg up and end up on our face later. Down the road. Yipes. Okay, Barney Fife. I don't know. This is Mr. Perry's contacted me after he's sending me a subpoena. I know you're a witness. I'm going to tamper with you anyway. Who told you Mike had to be coaxed, Hansel and Gretel, to Pensacola? And who are the other victims of the sex exploitation business that might be talking? And he actually thought I was going to answer those questions. And that's what shows his delusion, is the questions that he asks indicate he thinks he's going to get an answer. Why would you think that, though? We all want you gone. You're hated. Everybody hates y'all. Everybody hates you for what you're putting us through. So don't think we want to answer your questions. That's delusion. Very, very big, deep delusion on your part, if you think that. And we're embarrassed for you. Very, very embarrassed for you. So I'm going to leave it at that. TPD, you guys do what you do. I mean, I didn't come here to pick a fight with you, but I'll tell you what, we're irritated at you. Why wouldn't we be? You cause people to get hurt. So consider it possible that someone somewhere could sue you for depravity of mind or wrongful death or something individually. I don't know. There's a lot of things that people can do in arguing something that's been decided already, just arguing it a different way, on different grounds. We got a whole new bunch of folks in the Supreme Court now. So if they're considering a big overturn like Roe versus Wade, you don't think there could be some consideration on your job as well? There can, and there will. There can and there will, Jerry Bender. So your job, Jerry Bender, is to Keep the city out of trouble, so keep the city out of trouble. Right? You can always elect a new mayor, always get a different police chief if we don't like what we have. That's the great thing about America. For the people, by the people. You want to go on the take. You want to get on the take? Be prepared to live with the consequences. Be prepared to. Legal consequences. Right? So, when you pick a fight with me, what happens, Mr. Perry? You picked the fight. I moved to get away from a fight. You act like you don't know that. You act like you don't understand what people say to you. It's very embarrassing to me. It's very embarrassing to me that you act like you have no idea what these words mean. None. You need a special ed teacher. Literally need one. Because your responses are never appropriate. Never ever are they appropriate. It's weirdo. I will never want anything to do with you because you're weirdo. And you're cruel. And a man's cruel, what did I say? A man's kindness brings blessings. His cruelty will be his downfall. And you are cruel. And here it's coming, your downfall. When Charles pesters her and takes her money, we see things we've not seen before. Things don't go well for us. And yet you act like you don't know what those words mean. And it's that way pretty much every day. How stupid do you gotta be? So I'm gonna wrap it up. But if you have to make a phone call asking who has the actual recording, how did she find out? You got a problem. And if you're too stupid to know you have a problem, and you got a new normal, adjust to it, damn it. Don't bother me. Don't one more time tell my friends and family, just act natural. Don't let anything slip. Don't contact my family again. And this is a legal demand. Get out of my life. Don't contact me or anybody I know. Don't invade my privacy. Get the fucking cameras off me. Get out of my phone. Get the fuck out of my life, and I never hear from you again. Because if you don't, there'll be legal consequences for every fucking thing you do thereafter. I'm getting the information for a reason. Right? It's not to play as entertainment at a party, I assure you. Now, leave me alone.
Select to speak. Select to speak.
Okay, this is your other problem. So, our guys have spoken to the judge that gives them investigatory orders at length about this right here. This is my business Twitter, and when you interfere with contracts and commerce, you're going to be charged. Do you understand me? Don't look for recordings and then act like they're not there. So, this thing probably should have caught some views, but not likes or dislikes or arguments, and it should have. This was the situation with Chris Rock and Will Smith. And basically what I've said is, I think that by not holding Mr. Rock accountable for what he said and the cruelty that he showed, Jada Pinkett Smith expressed some upset over a disease that she has, a medical thing that's causing her hair to fall out. She's going bald. She said it upset her. On Twitter, she said it publicly. And in front of the national, in the national television, in front of the country and the world, he made a very derogatory comment that hurt her. Her husband defended her. He stood up, he walked on stage, and he slapped the fuck out of Mr. Rock. And everybody came down on him like a ton of bricks. And I felt like that the criticism of Mr. Smith was unfair when compared to the non-criticism of the provocation. And that we are punishing chivalry, and in doing so, and we are rewarding hateful, cruel comments, and that the way that women are treated, and that we're stepping back 50 years in the way that we're doing that. Now, I've said it over and over and over. I think we all agree he shouldn't have slapped him. I think Mr. Smith, if he had it to do again, he would have done it something different. The fact that he stood up for his wife has women cheering everywhere. I promise you, if we're honest, if we're not just trying to be politically correct, all women everywhere think he was a fucking hero. I wish I had a guy that would do that for me. I promise you that's what women think. Fuck you if you're too scared to say it.
You should say what you think. We are stepping back 50 years in the way women are treated. In punishing Mr. Smith and rewarding Chris Rock like he's a victim. He's not a victim. It wasn't the first time he had done that. I'm watching Bombshell, which is the movie on Amazon Prime. Right now you can see it. I guess it was at the theaters with Charlize Theron. That's depicting what happened at Fox News with Gretchen Carlson and Megyn Kelly and the Roger Ailes sex abuse. He was recorded for a year. Gretchen Carlson had the smarts to record him for a year, and then she sued the shit out of him. People were upset with Megyn Kelly that she didn't come forward sooner and save them having to go through the same thing. So, in that movie, I don't know if this really happened or not, but it is, someone said something mean to Megyn, and her husband said, "You talk to my wife again, I will beat the shit out of you. I'll beat the hell out of you," I think he said. Talk to her at all. I'll beat the hell out of you. So, when a man does that, women think that's fantastic. That's what we like in men. And pretending that what Mr. Smith did was some horrible, oh my God. Come on with that. Come on with that. Violence, is it violence? He didn't beat him up. He slapped him. He did it in front of everybody. The way that Mr. Rock humiliated Jada in front of everybody with some very hurtful comments. If she had made a joke about it, or, but she looked upset. She told everybody that upset her. Her husband defended her honor. Women like that. Should he have done it in a different way? Everyone agrees he should have. Does he need to be criticized as harshly as he has been? Fuck no. That made me angry enough to where I will never again watch anything with Chris Rock in it. I can't stand the man. I'm disgusted with him. I'm disgusted with the over-criticism of Mr. Smith and the under-criticism of what Chris Rock said on national television. I'm disgusted by it. I feel like by doing it that way, we're taking the way women are treated back 50 years. We're going back to Noah's Ark. So these women that get up and go, "Oh, it was just horrible that he did that." Why would you say something like that? Why would you say something like that? When somebody criticizes you or mistreats you, do you want somebody to defend your honor? What do you want? You're going to set the tone right now with the words that come out of your mouth. So you choose. I'm choosing to defend Mr. Smith. I'm not defending everybody agrees he shouldn't have done it that way. Everybody agrees that. He didn't beat him up, though. He slapped him across the face. His wife was humiliated on national television. I'm glad he defended her honor. I will never again watch anything with Chris Rock in it. This should have got some comments, retweets, some hate. I should have got some hate, something. This should have had some comments on it. So, here's the thing. This is my commerce. This is my job. Mr. Perry, we understand you've blocked people from following it. Get off my accounts. Get off of them. So here's the thing with his harassment claims. This has nothing to do with him, by the way. So this is 68 followers, and I should have a lot more than that. So, Mr. Perry, you're not able to look back on history and tell, that when you fuck with me, you get told on. Not loved or wanted. You don't get a date. It's been 12 years of this. You get told on and told on and told on. We got your code words. Muffin Man, pin the tail on the donkey, and all that shit. Rapunzel, Hansel. You guys use these daycare code words for what you're doing. And I know that you've told my friends and family, when you're around her, just act normal, just act natural, just act normal, like nothing's wrong. And you we got all that because you took my money. You interfered with contracts and commerce, and you took my money. And you pissed everybody. Everybody hates you. They hate your guts. So it's not that hard to get information. You can't learn from history, 12 years of this, and you can't figure it out. You don't get a date, you get told on. 68 followers, undo it. You block people from following me, unblock it. You don't have a choice. Get off me, rapist. Perry keeps asking, please stop. Listen, if someone breaks into your home and they took a baseball bat to everything you own and they're raping you and you're screaming, get off me, and they start saying, please stop saying, get off me, who's in the wrong here? They're in your home, they've destroyed your property, and they're violating you. All they have to do, if they want your kicking them off to stop, is get up and get out of your house. And that's the case here. You've broken into my home. You've taken a baseball bat to everything I have. You're on top of me, raping me day after day after day, and I'm kicking you off me. If you don't like that, get off me. We're not stopping until you're in jail. We're not letting somebody else get killed. You're not going to rape me forever. You're going to jail. You're not going to do this anymore. You're committing the crime. You're being stopped. That's what's happening every time you're told on, and you act like you don't know what those words fucking mean. Get a nurse. Go to a special needs facility. Get help. I don't have the time or the patience. I've done already more than I have the time or the patience for. Get off me, rapist. Get out of my life. Get out of my business. I don't care what you think. Didn't ask you. I'm sick of hearing it. Everybody's sick of hearing from you. Shut the hell up and go away. This is the tire flattened. After I said the only time I called the cops is when my tire was blown out. So you flatten my tire. And you take a tail light out. That's the second time you've done that. What did I say here? 2014. You were butting in between me and Fabian. I said leave me the fuck alone, didn't I? You promised to leave me the fuck alone, and yet you didn't. You don't. You aren't. And you get told on. Not a date. I get that in jail. Showing you as a butt-in. Never the wanted one. Just a butt-in. You take all the fun out of everything. Everybody hates you. You're causing tangible loss. Injury. You don't have any injuries. Where's your injuries? You don't have any. Because you're causing injury to me, you're getting told on. Like a woman being raped, you're in my house with your peeping cameras raping me. You're violating my right to privacy. You're a peeping Tom. You can't get a real date, so you watch TV and pretend like anybody watching the Kardashians. Only you're going to pay me. You're a freeloader. You're making a profit off of my body against my will without my consent. You're getting entertained with my body against my will without my consent in my home. Get out. This is a legal demand. Cease and desist. As much as you've been told on, we think it is hysterical. You think you have a choice. Why would you think that? Nobody understands why you think that. Then, that's Fabian's name there. You are butting in. I got that in jail. Not some other random time. It's not some other random name. It's not some other random word. It's Fabian's name intersecting with the word hope. They intersect. They're not just in the same book, not just on the same page. They intersect. Surrounded by fear and sadness. And boo is a private joke between one of these guys that's a cop investigating you and me. And it's a joke between me and him. You're the butt-in, Bertha. This is all the times you did something to my car. This is the one I walked into Mingo Valley. I didn't call 911. I didn't call 311. I went down there and I filed the accident report. And I said it might be stalking related. I'm a witness in a murder trial for a police officer I had just 6 days before filed another car thing on. This happened. Totaled my car. You threw a brick at me on the freeway. I didn't call 911. Didn't report it. Then you did that. 2 doors down. Here's the rooms. Got that same crap all over it. I'm telling Mike Neely. David Robertson's employees are right down here. I dropped off Dave's text. He already had them. They already knew all about it. And they always get a key from the dealer, the car guy. So it's like they did this just to piss me off and let me know they could get in my new car. He goes, that's weirdo. I said, yep. And these are the only people that do this weirdo shit to me. No one else does this. That doesn't mean they did it. What I'm telling you is that's a pretty big possibility. We're obligated to tell police what's going on. Right? Did you want me to withhold that information? He already knew it. I already dropped that shit off at his desk. They already had it. They already knew there was a threat to my car. They knew it. So then they have to determine whether or not you did that. Well, gosh, hard to do when you kill the chief. Again, obstruct justice. Depravity of mind, Tulsa police. This was the guy that tells me you backed into me. Really? The damage on his car is on his bumper. Since when can you back into somebody's bumper with the side of your car? Call the police. And he texted me, look, you looked upset when I said call the police. Well, I never call the police. Look how many times this is. I didn't call the police here. Not 911, not 311. I walked in Mingo Valley. Didn't call 911, didn't call 311. This one bent the whole wheel in. That's what you keep trying to do it again. See, you can tell. We didn't get it. Let's do it on this one. Right at the tire. Right at the wheel. That's not you. Of course not. Right at the wheel. It's always right at the wheel. This guy tried it and he missed. Look, here's my bumper. Not a fucking thing on my bumper. How do you back into somebody with the side of your car? Into their bumper. And he was all, oh, I think you... And I said, listen, why don't you send me a picture of the damage on your car? Text it to me. Now watch, I'll never hear from this bitch again. Sure shit, never got it. I'd never heard from him again. Because he's an insurance scammer you hired this time, right? And I guess he called complaining and somebody said, well, last time she called the cops over her car, one of them ended up dead in 6 days. So that's probably why she looked upset. I don't know which one I'm going to get. One on your payroll or one that ends up dead 6 days later. Yep, okay. So there's that. And there's Mike. You can't beat somebody to death. He took my report. You can't beat somebody to death and look like that. His hands would look like Chief Miller's face did. Chief Miller had extensive damage over his head, neck, and face, the Creek County DA said. He had a strangulation, internal decapitation, and blunt force trauma to his head. And this guy has nothing on him. I said he didn't do it. He was drugged. I said it way before. This is the McNamara email. I'm going to coerce her. It was sent months before you actually carried out this threat. So where's the harassment injury, sir? This was going on out at Lakeshore in Manford. People pulling up and taking pictures of me. Yep, they all saw it. Everybody saw it. This was my police report. Tulsa police handed right over to the offender. A few days later, that's my shrink. After seeing me for a year and a half, she didn't say she's crazy. She said it was a stalking escalation. It was threatened. Probably why she said that. These are Dave's texts. Mike had these on his desk before he ever came to see me. Before he ever took my report. I walked him in. You need to know this is what's happening. So, this is a death threat. The manager at Lady Get Ivy's goes, well, at least he's poetic with his death threats. Yeah. I just want this to be over. Oh, I can't promise it'll be over without death and destruction. We're going to kill you. You talk too much. What's what we do? We witness tamper. We victim tamper. We coerce. We harass. We threaten and intimidate. That's what we do. We're organized crime. We're organized crime. That's what we do. Does she know what she's up against? Yep, but she's batshit crazy enough to just go at it anyway. Yep. I'm not crazy, like delusional, like Charles has tried to paint me out to be. But I'm like Murtaugh Riggs crazy, batshit. I don't give a fuck who you are. You want to threaten me? Go ahead. Do it. I dare you. This was we give you arsenic. And he's like, oh, I was responding to something else. When I said yes. No, you weren't. Because you got that too. And you got that too. You're full of shit. Nobody believes you people. Organized crime. RICO violations. It's the Organized Crime Act. Remember? You have Alzheimer's. Do you remember? Okay, so there's all that. Now, what's happened is when you do something, all this crap to me and get me kicked out of my house and all that stuff, this one, right here. We got that. Whoever said that. Because Charles was pestering me and taking my money. Pissed everybody off. So we got that. We got this. Because Charles was threatening me, pestering me, taking my money. So we got that. Intent to impede a contract. Right? To coerce. A lie. And then she did it. She tried. So you did do it. And now I've lost my home. I'm homeless. Because you like to tamper with witnesses and intimidate and coerce. I don't care. I don't fucking care. We're going to put a stop to it every time you're told on. What happened then is you made everybody mad. So we found out you wanted to get the actual recordings. The actual recording here of that and of that. So you could destroy the evidence. You're big on that, aren't you? And we found out your code words because you pissed everybody off. Everybody hates you. No one cares what you think. How I feel. Whiny. How you feel. Oh, boo fucking who. No one cares. No one cares. You embarrass me because you're not a man. You act like a bitch ass girl. Get over it and move on. You've been rejected for 12 years. You're a delusional whack job. Bother somebody else with that. Bother someone else with it. There's nothing about you I like. Nothing. You disgust me. I feel nothing for you, Charles Perry, but deep, deep disgust. We have nothing in common. You don't fit into my crowd. My crowd doesn't act like little girl. You are girled up as it gets. I can't stand that. I can't. I have a friend that's a trans, like a sister. I don't date him. And I respect him a hell of a lot more than I respect you because he's honest. He doesn't lie. You are 100% trans, aren't you? Just trans over. There's nothing wrong. Nowadays, you can trans over and it's fine. You act every bit trans as you are already. I don't find a lesbian. I'm not into girls. Okay? I like men. I do not like you. I don't care what you think. I'm sick of hearing it. Why do you think I care what you think? Why do you think that? Why do you think I would help you? Why do you think that? Nobody's done more to catch a crime than we have. Look at this. Did any of your other victims have this kind of shit? Better walk. You just act like you don't know what's happening. Okay, so here's the other thing that the judge is taking notice of. Mr. Perry has gone into court and claimed he's the victim of harassment. We have him recorded, or witness testimony of him talking about it over and over and over. I have malicious intent. I'm going to fuck with her car. I'm going to take her money. I'm going to harass her. And when she complains about it, I'm going to go into a court of law and claim she's harassing me. But the odd thing is, when it's documented, by the way, when I say I put something out, this email here, the McNamara email that talks about the false arrest that you did in January 2016. This was sent in October 2015, months before. When I say I put something out, I put this out to my ex-husband. And when I say put something out, that's what I mean. Specifically, who posts what where is not your business. There's more than one person posting, and who and when and what and where, not your business. Nor is it a crime. Did Megyn Kelly commit a crime telling on Roger Ailes? What about Gretchen Carlson? What about the TikTok girl? What about Teresa Saldana? What about other victims? MeToo movement. The MeToo movement. Every woman in the MeToo movement gets to speak out to what's happening to us. We do. I'm sorry if you don't like that. Don't do things if you don't want it told. Don't do it. You don't have a cover-up. Your crime has never been this uncovered in your life because you fucked with me. Because you did. I was supposed to get you elected. You've always been a job. We successfully got you elected. It is a lot easier for police to get to you than it is a lot easier for police to get to you if you're public. than it is if you're sitting behind a desk doing math all day. They can only go in undercover and pretend to need their taxes done a couple of times, and then most people would get wise to that. Now we know you probably would not have. You have Alzheimer's. You'd have forgot they would have been in already. So you forgot about the emails we have. You hacked me. You've seen them. You knew we had those. Yeah. Okay. I bet your attorney was loving you on that one. But, okay, so there's that. So when I say put something out, I mean it could go to one person. It could go to my attorney. What happens after that is none of your business, is it? Yep. Okay. So, nor is it a crime. There's nothing criminal about telling somebody wrecked my car. If somebody was recorded trying to hurt me. So, Monica didn't commit a crime telling on Bill, did she? Nope. The only person that got in trouble was Linda Tripp because she violated laws on recording people without their knowledge and consent. But in other states, it's perfectly legal. Uvalde police is under scrutiny and criticism right now because they didn't act quickly enough and showed depravity of mind in protecting human life. Whether it was negligent or intentional. The intent to cover something up is a lot harsher of a penalty than when you do it negligently. You have expressed malicious intent, Mr. Perry. I have the tangible injury. Nobody's wrecking your car. Nobody's taking your money or your home. You're not homeless. I am. You like to punish victims and witnesses of your crime. And this time it's not working out for you, is it? You're getting your ass kicked harder than any, because it just so happens I was raised by 4 generations of police. What I'm taught is you relieve suffering caused by crime and expect to be putting yourself in harm's way. Expect it. It's part of it. If you can't handle it, get out of the kitchen. Well, I'm in the kitchen, all in. Aren't I? You didn't coerce your lie, did you? I walked away from my home. Fuck it. I don't need it. I can get another one when he's in jail. Right now, the focus is get him in jail. So there's no more dead people. No more dead cops. No more harassed, starving women and children who had a perfectly great life until you fucked it up. You are unfun. You sucked the pleasant out of everything. And everybody wants you gone. And so we don't have a hard time getting information. Okay, so here's what the judge also discussed actually today again. It's been discussed before, but they discussed it again today. Her Facebook, personal Facebook, her personal Twitter. Oh, that's not really personal. It's Juicebox Weekly, my business. It's to promote freelance writing, Mr. Perry. Our Facebook page, this one. In all these years, there's nothing. They're the only Facebook, Twitter pages that have no comments, no arguments, no nothing on the planet. No other Facebook page on the whole fucking planet has no conversations at all. And it's not that way for a day or a week or a month. It's been that way for years. He's blocking her from getting more followers on her Twitter. That's another charge, Your Honor, we intend to add. Interfering with commerce and worse, grand larceny with intent to coerce her. So that that comment on Will Smith and her feelings on that matter should have promoted or prompted some kind of debate, and there's nothing. That's a hot topic. When she came out for Mike Neely, that should have prompted some sort of debate. Some people for the support of him and some are not. And there's nothing. And the same thing with Mr. Perry. He is blocking people from following her unless they're on his payroll and part of his creepy club. And that's why there's nothing there. So he's trying to make a claim that he's suffering some sort of damage from what she's doing by telling on his crime or documenting his crime, or we're documenting his crime or promoting her business. And where's the harm? Where's the injury? It's only his people seeing it. So there's no injury. He has blocked her from everybody else. Nobody else is seeing it. He's making sure of that. So there's that. You have no injury. I do. My friends and family aren't seeing what I want them to see. Other victims aren't seeing what I want them to see. You are fucked in a way you don't know. Legally, criminally, you're fucked. Okay? Now, I'm going to close with this. Okay, so I've signed up, as I've said this before. This is a repeat. Mr. Perry has Alzheimer's, and we have to say the same thing over and over and over again and again and again. He knew I had those harassment emails. He knew I had it. Didn't bother to tell Rion. I heard Rion threw a fit. Did he? See, your attorney-client privilege is very limited, if it's there at all, because once you involve your attorneys in the crime, you lose it. You don't have it. Now they're just co-conspirators. There is no attorney-client privilege. You don't have any. Now they get wiretaps maybe too, or leaks. I'm not going to say. I don't know. I'm actually not in that loop. They don't tell me specifics on that. But, anybody you involved in helping you perpetrate a crime or commit a crime, there's no attorney-client privilege if it's an attorney. There's not any. You don't have it. You need to find a different attorney, and then don't involve them in your crime. Or don't complain that you don't have attorney-client privilege. You gave up that right when you involved them in your crime. When they go into court and perpetrate your fraud for you and commit perjury for you, they're officers of the court. Most Federal Rule 60 is fraud upon the court, and it applies to attorneys. I just read a whole big thing on it. It's Twombly. The name of the thing I read on it is regarding Twombly and Iqbal in establishing extrinsic and intrinsic fraud and fraud upon a court. I've read about 3 or 4 and annotated law reviews on that. So I'm very familiar with that in particular. Remember, the prosecutor doesn't do my work for me. I'm capable of doing it for myself. So this is somebody I gotta, drop the food off and take a picture. And there's a camera doorbell there. They usually have, typically, this one is both a reflective door and a camera doorbell. So that was the first order I took the other day. And I signed up for Uber Eats, Grubhub, and DoorDash. Now, I make a lot more money through DoorDash, and they know that. So Perry does his Hansel and Gretel thing with that. Why don't you go DoorDash? Why don't you go DoorDash? Why don't you go to Pensacola, Mike? Why don't you go to Pensacola, Mike? Yeah, Hansel and Gretel. And so what happened is I got no orders for a good long time. And, that should never happen. There should be one after the other coming in. Unless it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes it actually gets pretty busy. I've not worked at 2 o'clock in the morning very often, just once or twice. I couldn't sleep. So I went ahead and just was like, I'll just go DoorDash. So I have worked a couple of times at 2 in the morning, but it's rare that I do that. And I had one order after another coming in. So there shouldn't be a time that I'm just sitting there waiting, unless you want me to not make money. All 3 of those companies, and the 4th one that I won't tell anybody what it is that I signed up for, all of them said the drivers are chosen on algorithm. In order for him to get his people to do that kind of shit, he'd have to hack her app. And for him to set the map to where he takes her down a certain street where he might have a cop waiting to pull her over, or another guy sitting there to hit her, like the guy that hit me. Except I wasn't working right then, but but if you have somebody else hit me, then you only could do it from hacking. And you could only know if I'm working from hacking to know when I'm working. It's random. I don't have a schedule. That's why you want to meet. We got to get her back out on that pole and on a schedule. You were recorded saying that too. What difference does it make to you? Oh, and my coworkers called me, butt dialed me, or called me and then decided they shouldn't have called me, thought they hung up and didn't. But we have a recording of them talking about my schedule. Going through the papers. I was looking for her schedule. Because the Perry guys are here to rent out the club. They need to know what nights to rent it. so they can run off the paying customers and send their 5 guys in with canned food. That's Perry's way. He'll take her steak and give her canned food, and they can't figure out why she doesn't like him. Yep, you're a freeloader. Okay, so you use me to get entertained. You use me to make a profit, and I'm not being paid, and I will be paid. I promise. Before this is over, I will get my money. I know you think I won't. We think that's funny. As many times as I quote y'all, and y'all go, how did she find out about that? It's hysterical that you think that this is not going to come out right in the end. It's going to. You're going to pay me. You're going to jail. We don't want to deal with you again. We're done. We're sick of you. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Everybody's just vomits when your name comes up. You suck the fun out of everything. You piss everybody off. We don't tolerate misogyny now. We don't. And I feel like that's what happened with Jada Pinkett Smith. We have a MeToo moment right there. Somebody says I'm cruel to her on national television, right in front of the whole world. And her husband defended her honor. Thank God. And he's being criticized. And the guy who did the wrong, he's a poor victim. And that's setting us back 50 years. I kid you not. I've never seen anything more appalling. But you know what happens is I've chosen not to watch another fucking thing with little fucking bitch Chris Rock in it. I watched all weekend. I watched Independence Day with Will Smith all weekend. As many times as I had time to watch it. Because that's the hero in my mind. Yeah, he should have handled it different, but he didn't. And so let's deal with what happened. What really did happen is he defended the honor of his wife. And he's getting punished for that, and I don't agree with that. Chris Rock isn't. I don't agree with that. So that he ought to be eviscerated. He ought to have some consequences for what he did. And I'm not okay with what's happening, what I'm watching. I'm not. And so all I can do is express my opinion and say what I think, and then everybody does what they do. And if women want to get up and say, oh, I thought that was horrible, I'm sorry, they're full of shit. I promise you they're full of shit. They're saying what they think you want to hear. I'm not. That's not my way. I'm batshit crazy enough just to say what I actually think. 9 times out of 10, I have people come up to me in private. You said what everybody else was thinking. We're just too scared to say it. Yeah, I know. That's my gift. I have a gift. It's not dealing with people who are mentally slow. It's doing that. That I can do. And I do it well. I don't care who the fuck you think you are. So, first it was that. And then it was get these orders that are all upside down or go places they know good and well I don't go to. I don't go to Chick-fil-A. I don't go to Chipotle. Those people work for you. We know better. We know better. Don't go there. I don't go to Sonic because they're too slow. And the money's too... If I'm going to make a lot of money, I don't mind waiting about 10 minutes, and then I'm done. I'm not waiting anymore. So, this thing where you guys do with you fuck with my apps and hack me, and then you know where I am, and you're taking me to your buddies, we've talked about it. It's been noted. The guys in our case have talked to the judge about it a lot. Interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. Where do you think that came from? I didn't come up with that. They did. Poke and peep. You are alone. You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're told on. Look at your results. Do you know how to tell what's happening? So, they did this, and it's either a place they know fucking I'm not going to. And, or it's that. It's not $1.50 a mile, and it's not just a mile going. I gotta consider coming back. Charles, shut up. There is no scenario you and I are gonna be a couple. You haven't been paying attention to what I'm doing for the past 12 years. You need to get a grip on reality. You're out there somewhere. You're not right in the head, are you? Not only are you stupid, you're delusional. Whack job. Everybody laughs at you. People say things behind your back you don't even know. So, it's normal to get 1 or 2 of these, but, I got 5 orders all in 4 hours that I worked. I got only 5 orders that I could actually do. The rest of them look like that. That's very, very unusual. It's happened twice now. Do it one more time, I dare you. Call my friends and family one more time and tell them to be careful what they say to me. Just act natural. Just act normal. Poker face. One more time, I dare you. Look back on how many times we quote you, and you want to know how she found out. One more time, do it. I dare you. Nobody gives a fuck what you think, Charles. You were not asked. We are kicking your criminal ass like a motherfucker, and you act like you have no clue. You act like you have no idea what's happening and no idea what I'm saying to you right now. You are not wanted. You are not loved. You are told on and told on and told on because everybody's sick of you and they hate your guts for putting me and my family through this, and the Miller family through what they're going through, and Mike Neely what he's going through and his family. The Miller kids are being deprived of a legacy of their dad being killed in the line of duty, trying to protect me from you. And we hate you for it. And it isn't hard to get information. It's easy. You can't get it. You're looking for the recordings. No one's helping you. No one's helping you. Instead, I find out what you're trying to do. You want me pulled over. You want to use my Dasher app to get me in a certain place where you can pull me over or wreck my car again. Duly noted for the record. Duly noted for the record. The lack of comments, there should have been a discussion here, Your Honor. There should have been some outrage expressed on both sides. People on both sides of these issues. What Charles is doing to her, what they did to Mike Neely, whether he's guilty or innocent, on this Chris Rock thing, and her comments on there's nothing. Her accounts are the only, and her Twitter should have been growing, and it's not growing. There should have been some retweets. There should have been, and there's not there. Her accounts are the only ones on the fucking planet that there's nothing anywhere. So there is no injury, and he's claiming in a court of law under oath that there is. Only his people are seeing it. That's why there's no comments. So, fuck you. Who is it you think you're fooling? Charles, ask me if it's Roswell Police. Ask me one more time, who is it? Ask me one more time, you bitch. I dare you. We're using that to prove he got Alzheimer's. Because that question's been asked and answered over and over and over and over. I told you to shut the fuck up and get the fuck out. This is a cease and desist legal demand verbally. Do it one more time. I dare you. This is my granddad being honored. The man who put him through adversity, also over, he couldn't keep his pants zipped up either. So he had he was on the city council. He formed a committee within the city council to take over the police department, and then proceeded to slander and smear my granddad and say he was inept and incompetent and all this shit. My granddad resigned and went on to be honored like this. That man's name's not on that wall, is it? But my granddad's name is on that wall. L.M. Hall. Chief L.M. Hall. It was my granddad. So he taught me how to do things a certain way that it all comes out right in the end. And you get, you build a legacy. My granddad's legacy is not for sale. I'm not going to help you with your crime. I will kick its ass. No one's done a better job of that than me. The goal is to put you in jail so you can't hurt people anymore. There won't be any more peeping pook. There won't be any more you make everything fun unfun. There won't be any more grand larceny with intent to coerce or interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce. There won't be any more destruction of evidence, perjury, fraud, obstruction. There won't be any more starving children and women oppressed. You like oppressing the widows and orphans, and the Bible says don't do that. I think there's a verse that says, you didn't feed me when I was hungry. You didn't come see me when I was in prison. You didn't come see me when I was in the hospital. And so depart from me. I don't know you. When you do it to the least of these, you've done it to me. You not only did those these are acts of negligence. You're not doing acts of negligence. You're causing people to be in prison like Mike Neely. You're causing people to be hospitalized. You're causing people to be because you're causing people to be without food and the basic needs. So you offended some other countries when you did that. human rights violations make some people want to punch you. Some of the things you do make people want to hit you. You're not getting hit. What's happening instead is you're getting told on every day. Don't whine about it. You asked for it. Right? My granddad TPD was honored. Look at that. That's what happens when you do law enforcement the right way. Right? He left a legacy. It's not for sale. The Miller kids have the right to their dad's legacy. He gave his life. He gave his life. No greater love for a man than his friend, for shit. Now I don't remember what it was. No greater love does a man have for a friend than he lays down his life. Charles, you fuck off. You're selfish. I need a lie. You focus on you. You is who you end up with. Who's helping you? You got a phone call that told you who has the recordings? Nobody's helping you. They're helping us. We're getting the information. We have the recordings. It's a social cue. Can you not read social feedback? Jesus. Now we got multiple people shot at Tulsa, Oklahoma hospital. So I'm going to sign off and watch the news to find out why Tulsa's on the national news for a shooting. So, anyways, listen, stop bothering me. Just stop. Or don't complain when you get told on. You're pissing everybody off. We want you to stop. Go away. Shut up and go away. Leave me alone. It's the law. Comply with the law. You're not getting a date out of this. You're getting told on. Look at your results. Get a nurse to help you.